Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. Hope your spirits are as high as your churn rates are low. Today we are going to study a poem, Stars by Sarah Teasdale. In this lesson, you will find a poem recital, discussion on the structure, central idea of the poem, summary of the poem, stanza-wise explanation, and an assignment will also be given by the end of this lesson. This poem is written by Sarah Teasdale. She is famous for her collections of love songs, Helen of Troy, and other poems, and Rivers to the Sea. And she is famous for writing lyrical poems. This poem, Stars, is also a lyrical poem. Alone in the night on a dark hill, with pines around me, spicy and still, and a heaven full of stars over my head, white and topaz and misty red, myriads with beating hearts of fire that eons cannot vex or tire. Up the dome of heaven like a great hill, I watch them marching stately and still, and I know that I am honored to be witness of so much majesty. This poem, as I told you, is a lyrical poem and it has 5 stanzas with 4 lines per stanza. The rhyme scheme is A B C B for each stanza. As you can see, last word of first line of first stanza is night. So we'll simply put A after it. Last word of second line ends with hill, so we'll put B with after it because it doesn't rhyme with night. Look at the third line, last word, me. Now me doesn't rhyme either with hill or with neither with hill nor with night, so we'll put C. Whereas last word of fourth line is still, that rhymes with hill. As we put B for hill, so we'll again put B here. So the rhyme scheme of the stanza is A B C B. In the same way, in the second stanza, head rhymes with red. So we have same letter for it, B, and same rhyme scheme, A B C B. In the same way, rhyme scheme of each stanza goes on, and it is A B C B. This poem shows the beauty of nature in our world if we have eyes to see it. The central idea of the poem is that we are all able to be a witness of such staggering sights if we change the way that we look at nature and can therefore open ourselves to see its majesty. This poem can be summarized in this way, that this poem by Sarah Teasdale is a touching and mesmerizing poem that describes the beauty of stars in the sky. The poet is admiring the beautiful scene of stars. She is awed by this heavenly scene and considers herself a blessed soul to have witnessed such a majestic and stately scene. In order to understand stanza-wise explanation, revisit slide number 3 and listen. In stanza 1, the poet presents us with the speaker looking at the stars at night, only to be struck with complete awe at their beauty and majesty. While speaker is standing, the pine trees around her are spicy and still. The metaphor, spicy and still, used for trees evokes a special kind of imagery which appeals to our sense of sight and taste both. If we look at second stanza, Just focus on the way in which the stars are described. And a heaven full of stars over my head, white and topaz and misty red. The speaker uses metaphors to compare them to precious stones, obviously emphasizing both the way they emit light and also their unestimable value, while describing them as white and topaz and misty red. Look at stanza number 3. Myriads with beating hearts of fire that eons cannot vex or tire. The poem continues to imbue these stars with life as they are described as myriads with beating hearts of fire and are said to be so old and ancient that even eons or centuries are unable to vex or tire them. When the speaker in this poem stars describe these stars as having hearts of fire, she is using personification, the attribution of human characteristics or behavior to something that is non human, to exemplify their strength and brilliance. It is not just hearts of fire that these stars contain, but beating hearts of fire that the eons cannot vex or tire. The beating heart of star helps the reader feel what the star must feel, namely that awesome thump and power. And stanza number 4, the language suggests that the speaker sees observing the stars as some kind of religious experience. For example, they describe how the stars are climbing up the dome of heaven. In this context, the stars are not only a higher force, but the highest force, keeping perfectly still and never tiring. As the speaker watches their stately and still progress up the dome of heaven, her response is one of complete awe as she is forced to contemplate the beauty of the stars and also is forced to evaluate her own smallness in the light of their majesty in stanza 5. And I know that I am honored to be witness of so much majesty. Notice the way in which the word witness is given a line to itself, clearly indicating that it is important. This poem, like so many other poems by Sarah Teasdale, shows the beauty of nature in our world. And it shows that if we change the way that we look at nature, we can witness, we all can witness such beautiful, majestic, and stately scenes. I hope you people have understood the poem. Now there is an assignment for you. You will be writing a critical appreciation of this poem. In order to write critical appreciation, I'm sharing the format of critical appreciation. You will be writing 4 to 5 paragraphs for, and it will be divided into 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Introduction will have 1 paragraph in which you will state poem's title and poet's name. You will give a brief intro of poet. In the body, you can write 2 to 3 paragraphs or more than that, in which you will discuss type and structure of poem. You will state central idea of the poem. Then you will explain whole poem stanza wise, identifying poetic devices. You can merge identification of poetic devices within your explanation of each stanza. Then you will be writing 1 more paragraph for conclusion, in which you will summarize the whole poem, and afterwards you will give your opinion, your reaction to this poem, that how do you feel about it. Thank you.